You know that feeling, right? That ache that creeps in a day or two after a really good workout? We've all been there. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and find out what's really going on inside your body.
Okay, so let's set the scene. You absolutely crushed a leg workout on Monday. You're feeling good, you're feeling strong. But then Wednesday rolls around and suddenly a simple flight of stairs feels like climbing Mount Everest. Why the huge delay? It's probably not for the reason you think.
For as long as I can remember, we've all pointed the finger at one thing: lactic acid, right? It's been the go-to villain, the classic explanation for why our muscles are screaming at us after a workout. But what if I told you that whole theory is just wrong? Like completely 100% not the reason. Lactic acid is not the bad guy here. I mean, just look at the timeline. It doesn't make any sense. Your body is incredible. Within an hour, just 60 minutes, after you finish that last rep, pretty much all of that lactic acid is gone. It's been flushed out, so how on earth could it be causing you pain 2 full days later? It just can't. The math doesn't add up. So that, of course, brings us to the real mystery. If lactic acid isn't our culprit, then what is? What is actually responsible for that very specific 2 day later soreness?
Let me introduce you to the real reason. It's called DOMS. That stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. And this is the true cause of that day after the day after ache we all know so well. So here's how it starts. When you really push yourself, like lifting heavier or running further than usual, you create these thousands of teeny tiny microscopic tears in your muscle fibers. Now, I know tears sounds like a bad thing, but trust me, this is totally normal. In fact, it's essential. These micro tears are the signal your body needs to say, okay, time to repair and rebuild, but this time even stronger. And here's the crucial part. The pain you feel, it isn't actually from the little tears themselves. Nope. It's from your body's incredible repair process. Your body senses that micro damage and immediately kicks off this inflammatory response to go fix it. It sends in the cleanup crew, immune cells, fluids, all the good stuff. And all that activity makes the nerve endings, your pain receptors in that area, super sensitive. That sensitivity is what you feel as soreness.
And this totally explains the delay, right? Your body's repair crew doesn't just show up instantly. It takes a little while to get going and ramp up its efforts. That's why the soreness usually starts to build over the first 24 hours and then hits its peak somewhere between 24 and 48 hours later. It perfectly matches that Wednesday morning feeling after a Monday workout. So what's the big takeaway here? This is so important. That soreness is not a sign that you hurt yourself. It's actually physical feedback. It's literally your body sending you a message that says, hey, I'm adapting. I'm building stronger, more resilient muscles. It's a sign that you're making progress. So we really need to reframe how we think about this. The old myth was that pain meant damage, but the reality is this specific kind of pain equals progress. It's the feeling of your body leveling up. Now, of course, this is a dull ache, not the sharp, immediate pain of an injury. That kind of pain is a signal to stop. But the ache of DOMS, you can manage that with some light stretching, staying hydrated, and letting your body do its amazing work. Okay, quick recap of what we've learned. Number 1, you can officially forget about lactic acid causing that next day soreness. Number 2, the real cause is DOMS, which is just your body's natural repair process. 3, those micro tears are not only normal, they're necessary for building strength. And finally, number 4, that achy feeling is actually a good sign. It means your muscles are adapting and getting stronger. So the next time you feel that familiar ache a day or two after a workout, are you going to see it as a punishment, or are you going to see it for what it really is? A reward for all your hard work? Because now you know the real story.